Max Verstappen missed the opportunity to make it back-to-back Formula One Drivers' Championship triumphs in the Singapore Grand Prix, but his 8th-place finish means he is in a great position to do so in Japan next weekend. His first opportunity in Singapore went badly wrong after errors from driver and his Red Bull team in both qualifying and the race left him heading to Suzuka with longer odds of securing the 2022 title on Honda's home soil than they first appeared. Only Ferrari driver Charles Leclerc and Verstappen's Red Bull teammate Sergio Perez are still in a position to dethrone the reigning champion with 5 races of the season remaining, with Mercedes' George Russell being eliminated from contention after failing to score points in Singapore, one of the greatest tracks on the Formula One calendar and the scene of many historic races and championships triumphs. Suzuka is a favorite among drivers and fans. It's a very high-speed circuit with challenges such as the S-curves, Spoon, and the infamous 130R. It's also the track where many F1 titles have been decided. Michael Schumacher, Sebastian Vettel, and Damon Hill all wrapped up championships at Suzuka, but the most dramatic were the battles between Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost in the late 80s. Here, we take a look at the scenarios needed for the 25-year-old to secure his second world championship in this weekend's race at Suzuka. Following the Singapore Grand Prix, Verstappen leads the way in the drivers' standings with 341 points heading into the Japanese Grand Prix, 104 clear of Leclerc in second place and 106 ahead of third-placed Perez. He needs to be 112 points clear after the race at Suzuka to ensure he has clinched the title with 4 races of the season to go, which would make him only the third driver after Michael Schumacher, 2001 and 2004, and Sebastian Vettel, 2011, to secure the crown with 4 races left. Including the upcoming Grand Prix in Japan, there are a maximum of 138 points up for grabs across the remaining races if fastest lap bonus points and the 8 for winning the sprint race at next month's Brazilian Grand Prix are taken into account along with the 25 awarded for Grand Prix wins. You might be wondering what will happen if Verstappen wins the Suzuka Grand Prix. Victory at Suzuka will see Verstappen crowned champion if Leclerc finishes lower than second. However, victory with the bonus point for the fastest lap will ensure he retains his title irrespective of where the Ferrari man finishes. Verstappen also has the advantage of head-to-head in terms of the tiebreaker of race wins, currently leading Leclerc 11-3, should the two end the year level on points. A win in Japan would ensure Perez can no longer win the title no matter where he finishes in the race. But what will happen if Leclerc or Perez finish ahead of Verstappen? Verstappen will not be crowned champion in Japan if Leclerc or Perez finish ahead of him. He would therefore have to wait until the following race in the USA to potentially seal the title. The Dutchman definitely cannot win the title in Japan if he finishes outside the top 6. If he fails to win in Japan, Verstappen needs to score a minimum of 8 more points than Leclerc and a minimum of 6 more points than Perez to be crowned champion. But the Dutchman is already looking forward to what he needs to clinch the World Championship at Suzuka. Formula One visits the circuit for the first time since 2019, the last 2 years being cancelled owing to COVID restrictions. We're finally back in Japan after what feels like a long time. I can't wait to race in Suzuka again, says Verstappen. I love being in Japan and I have a lot of good memories here. The food is great and the fans are very special. They are very kind and polite. Verstappen says that a perfect weekend will be needed to ensure that he secures his second world title. He explains, "We have another chance to win the Drivers' Championship. We have to have a perfect weekend, but it could be possible. We'll give it our all." The track is very old school. There's a lot of fast corners and you have to build throughout each session. Let's see what the weather will do, as I hear there is rain incoming, so that might spice things up a little bit. Looking back on the great race in Japan, Verstappen made his F1 debut at the 2014 Japanese Grand Prix, where he drove in FP1 for Scuderia Toro Rosso, making him the youngest driver to ever take part in an official FA session. It would be poetic justice if Max were to walk away from Suzuka, champion of the world again. He needs to win the race and set the fastest lap in the process for this to become reality. Don't bet against it. What do you think? Will the race in Japan decide who will become the new F1 2022 title champion? And is it a Max Verstappen? Let us know in a comment section below. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.